Vigazio, what's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well. Real Madrid versus Athletic Madrid, 2-1. That was a penalty. That was so shameful that VAR didn't even take a look at that. That was absolutely a penalty, 100% penalty. There's no way. Yes, he dove after the fact. As soon as he felt that he held on to him, of course he's gonna die. But nonetheless, that was a penalty. He impeded him. He held him back. Rodrigo was on his way to the goal, and sadly, but rightfully so. I mean, he dove. He had the right to dive, especially when you're holding on to a player that way in that fashion in the penalty box. That's a penalty. I don't know what VAR, what the referee weren't thinking. I know the ref probably didn't see it, and the linesman wasn't able to see. I mean, the linesman has to see that, but VAR has to intervene. Like, what is the point? Yet again, VAR. What is the point of having VAR if you're not going to take a look at a play like that? That was a penalty. That was a penalty. Like, I don't know how you don't see that. That was a penalty. And up until that point, Rodrigo was having a phenomenal game. The goal, beautiful pass from Valverde, and just I mean, the angle, the run that he took, perfect. There's nothing I could add to that. That was perfectly executed. The run, the shot, goal. And then afterwards, I mean, he was just inspired. He was inspired because he could have just gotten that ball. He could have played it back. He could have maybe tried to go forward like he did, and probably a heavy touch, and he wouldn't have gotten to the ball. But everything was just, I mean, great. Those first 10, 15 minutes of Rodrigo, and that was a penalty again. And the thing was, after that, I don't know if that kind of took away his confidence, because he kept trying. That's what I really appreciated. Up until that point, Rodrigo was like the best player out of the three in the front, Mbappe and Vinicius and himself. And I mean, they had like 2, 3 players on him. But I really, really enjoyed watching Rodrigo in this game, because he was just above Vinicius and Mbappe. And he couldn't get through. He was losing the ball. But I enjoyed that boldness. I enjoyed the fact that he was daring enough to try to get past these players, because the whole game pretty much was up until Madrid came in, and they had more possession of the ball, because Athletic Madrid had a good amount of possession afterwards, and they looked like they were about to score that goal. And that was a really, really smart sub, because Madrid came in and he changed the dynamic of the game. The only thing, unfortunately, about that was like nothing was being produced up front. Mbappe, somebody needs to remind Mbappe. Somebody should have told Mbappe that he was in the game. He was completely off. Like, somebody need to turn on that switch on Mbappe, because he was completely off. I think he had like 1 shot, 2 shots maybe, and that's about it. And I noticed he doesn't run anymore. This kid is either afraid or he's been found out. He's lost his speed. What is he, 26? He's lost his speed. Never did he try to just, push the ball like he would like maybe 4 years ago, and just easily outrun whoever was in front of him. He does not do that anymore. Vinicius still has that. And having said that, Vinicius was off too, but at least you saw him participate a lot more. At least, and Jimenez from Athletic Madrid did a phenomenal job, I think. The only one that got away from him was the goal. What's his name? Ibrahim Diaz. That was the only thing. Man. That shoulder drop just completely annihilated Jimenez. But otherwise, with Vinicius, I thought he did a really good job on Vinicius. And still, Vinicius was still attempting to do something. Mbappe, oh man, like that whole thing about the three of them can't play. It's just Mbappe can't play at times. Not all the time. Obviously, he came from, scoring that hat trick and all that. But man, sometimes he's just either he plays really good or he doesn't play at all. And that's really a shame, because at one point it should have been him that should have been subbed. I'm okay with Valverde being subbed, because the injury, obviously you got to take care of Valverde, because that team without Valverde, especially when Lucas Vasquez comes in, it's so uneven. It is so uneven. It reminds me of bodybuilding, when you have, or some of these guys that are like really huge up top and like no legs, because they don't train legs. That's what Real Madrid looks like when they have Lucas Vasquez in the team. And with Valverde, it just balances everything out. It's just so well put together. And today, Valverde was king. He was a monster. He was just an absolute monster. The pass to Rodrigo, the saves, the well-timed pokes, the well-timed tackles against Lino, against Griezmann, against Alvarez, so well. I mean, he pretty much saved them with that one goal that I think it was Simeone that ended up centering the ball, and he arrived just in time to be able to save that goal. Absolutely phenomenal from Valverde. Really, really good performance from Valverde. Camavinga also coming off. I don't know. You guys tell me. Like, I don't know if Camavinga's injured or something, or he came from an injury. I thought he did well. The only thing with the goal against Alvarez, that was a really well-timed steal. And luckily for him, I mean, you're going up against a really good forward. And that goal was just sensational. Not to take away anything from Rodrigo, but that goal, the little glance just to make sure where Courtois was, such a great goal, my God. And there was another goal that could have been a goal, a pass. I don't know who it was. I think it was maybe Griezmann that centered it to Paul. And the touch wasn't the best of touches, but he had, in back of him, I think he had Simeone that could have gotten to the ball and could have executed the ball, could have struck the ball. And Paul decides to take it on his own. And right after that, I'm telling you, like 2 minutes after that, 3 minutes after that, you have Ibrahim Diaz score the goal. And that was a 2-1. Athletic Madrid could have been on top. Athletic Madrid quite possibly could have ended up winning this game. They were really close to winning this game. They didn't have a bad match. They did not have a bad match. They were close to being able to get that second goal. Luckily, there weren't that many attempts, obviously, but the attempts that they had, they got close, and they did a really good job also of defending, because Vinicius wasn't having the best game, and Mbappe was completely off. The only one that was up there doing anything was this guy Diaz. Thank God for Diaz. And Tchouaméni too. I thought Tchouaméni had a really good match. I know he gets a lot of flack thrown his way, and he was really good playing that pivot role. I mean, it just looked like he was having the time of his life, as opposed to when he's playing as center back, and he's making some mistakes that I know a lot of Madrid fans do not enjoy that, and a lot of people at some point wanted him out, but today I thought he was great in that position. He did really well. Asensio again with Rudiger, exceptional. Do not change that. I don't know why sometimes Asensio is benched, or when I don't watch La Liga, because I'm not watching La Liga games, when I hear Asensio wasn't playing for whatever reason, it just doesn't make any sense. So overall, really good match. I was very much entertained. I thought Athletic Madrid had some chances. They possibly could have gotten the tie and maybe even the win, but Real Madrid was just the better team. The only maybe small criticism I could make is that Rodrigo was having such a good game, and something happened where he just stopped. He almost disappeared, but he definitely played his game. The only thing I would have wished is he would have extended that performance just a little bit longer. Otherwise, really good from everybody. I'm looking forward to the second game. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.